Now, in section 6.1, we looked at dividing by a monomial, one term. 6.4 looks at a binomial, as in where there's two terms, 1, 2. Now, we still want to kind of do like we did in that first section. We want to try and write them as fractions wherever possible. Now, we'll look at the quick way of doing this question, and then we'll look at the longer way, which shows you why this answer actually works second, okay? So while we're doing this, we want to look at the first terms and the last terms. We do not pay attention to the middle term for this at all. So we just do x squared divided by x, positive 12 divided by positive 3. Probably for the SOL, just doing 12 divided by 3 would probably be enough for you to find the right answer, as normally only one of them ends in +4. Now, this works great when it's written as a fraction. If it's not written as a fraction, then go ahead, just write it as a fraction. Put the loops around the first terms and the last terms. 12x squared divided by x is 12x. Negative 30 divided by negative 5 is positive 6. Now, question 19 initially might not look like the same topic at all. When you find the area, what you do is you multiply two things together. So if you want to find a missing dimension, what you actually do is you divide by one of the dimensions you know. So question 19 is actually the same question. I'm going to take the area, divide it by one of the sides, and that will tell me what the missing side is. So 2x squared divided by x is 2x. Negative 6 divided by negative 1 is positive 6. If you wanted to check that that is indeed the correct answer, you could multiply the two lengths together and check that it does indeed give you the area for that one. Let's slide across to question 20. Same thing, we're talking about area. So they've given us one of the dimensions, they haven't given us the other, but they have given us the area. So we're going to do the area divided by one of the dimensions, x squared divided by x. Positive 15 divided by negative 3 is positive 5. And that should take us to the correct answer for this one. And when we get to our last question, we actually did this question in the last unit. When we have the picture here, so when we have one big square, we put x. When we have three rectangles, we label it as 3. Going down the side, I got one big square. Down the side, I got two rectangles. As it's a different color, I put -2. So one of my factors is x plus 3. One of my factors is x minus 2. So just the dimensions on the side. And the product, you can either multiply it all together, or just look what we have. We have one big square, x squared. 3 rectangles, take away 2 rectangles, is 1 rectangle. I got 6 little squares left, but you can see that they're colored in, giving you a negative answer. So you can fill that one in as x squared plus 1x minus 6. And I just realized where my mistake was here. 15 divided by -3 is actually -5. So that should figure off question 20 as well. And that concludes the last section on the test, and indeed the whole of the test.